Hello and welcome to another episode of Nightcap with Nightcat, the kitsch-minded show where we talk about toys, boys, and life's other joys. This is a very special episode, episode 20. We've been doing this for almost 6 months. Can you even believe it? This is only the second show we've ever done live, and the reason we're doing it live is because this is the 20th episode. By this point, I've posted almost 200 videos to the YouTube channel, and for newbies, that can be very overwhelming. So I wanted to do an episode where we just go back and we look at some of the best stuff that we've done with Nightcat so far. This is a live best of clip show on the Nightcap with Nightcat YouTube channel. I am your host, Nightcat. Boy, it is just so good to see you live, I'll tell you. I would love so much, let me tell you something. We do a live stream every morning, and one of my favorite things about it is that everyone hops into the chat and we talk. And this is just like the best opportunity to do that. If you have any questions, any concerns, any comments about Nightcap with Nightcat, the Nightcat podcast, any of it, we could talk about it all night long in between clips. This is going to be so much fun. All right, now, before we got kind of what we're into right now, Nightcat was just sort of a thought that I had in my head. I want to tell you, to the newbies, who I am and what this show is. So my real name is Jackson Carter. My show name is Nightcat. That's an old radio nickname from when I worked on the radio. I worked in radio for 5 years. I worked in TV for a couple of years. I did motivational talks. I was like the MC and host for a bunch of different live events. I did motivational speeches around the country. I've always just worked in entertainment. I've always just made a living out of being myself and being really loud and silly. And my dream job was working in the radio. I loved it. And sadly, because of the coronavirus, our show got canceled in February. It wasn't last year. God, what year is it? Who am I? My show got canceled in February, so I've had nothing but time on my hands to dedicate to this channel, to the Nightcat brand. I started a bunch of shows, but this is the show that started it all. This is the best show we do. I will be honest with you, Nightcap with Nightcat is my favorite show. And when it started, it was just going to be a way for me to show off the cool toys I bought during the pandemic. When we were all on lockdown and we couldn't do anything, I got really into toy auctions on shopgoodwill.com, and I went to a million thrift stores, and it took off. So we do a segment called Sunken Treasure, where I show you really cool toys. I'm going to show you the best sunken treasure from the first 19 episodes. We do a segment called the LITTERBOX. That's where we do stupid news segments. I love the stupid news. It's some of my favorite stuff because the real news is too heavy, quite frankly. So the LITTERBOX is all the stupid news I want to share with you. I picked 4 of my favorite stories from the first 19 episodes for that. Then we do Nightcat Classic Tales. I tell you a ridiculous story from my past because I am a ridiculous person that ridiculous things happen to. And then we wrap things up with something just silly or sweet to help you get to sleep at night. We call that warm milk. Hey to everyone over in the chat. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Oh my gosh, it's night now. We're doing Nightcat, not morning announcements. Hey, I'm just so happy to see you. All right. I think then we should get ourselves over to the LITTERBOX. Now, like I said, the LITTERBOX is the stupid news. I've put together 4 clips. They're each from different episodes. You can find out which episode every clip is from in the description of this video, but I think I've talked enough. Why don't we just get into it? Here is the LITTERBOX. Ew, what stinks in here? We're gonna start in Perth, Australia, where a boys' school They've made an affront to my people, to my kind. Let me show you a little something before we get into the story. This is the only professional family photo my family ever took, ever. This is probably like circa 95, probably. I just want to point out, check out how gorgeous my mullet is. I know it's kind of hard to see because I grew up in a trailer park in the 90s. This photo was damaged in an above ground pool flood. So that's what we're dealing with here. So it's kind of hard to see, but I've got a gorgeous mullet. My dad also just has a killer mullet. This is the stock I come from. These are my people. Well, this school in Perth, Australia has decided that the mullet is no longer going to be allowed at their school. The statement read, quote, "Mullets are untidy, non-conventional, and not acceptable." Ooh, not acceptable. I'm gonna show you a video and I just want you to tell me if you feel anything. Boom. There he is. That's the man of my dreams. I saw him on TikTok. His name is Jordan Coatee. He flips the cigarette, then he opens up the beer with his mouth. Shake out that mullet, honey. And then watch, he does the twisteroo, twister beer, drains the whole thing in like 2 seconds. I don't know what it is. I think maybe growing up in a trailer park in the 90s. But there's something deep in me that is into this in a big way. So if you look like this, and you like thick boys with a nerdy vibe, you hit me up. Oh, by the way, it turns out Jordan Coatee, he's Australian. Jordan, they're obviously hostile to mullets out there. If you would like to be on 90 Day Fiancé, hit me up. Me and you, baby, we're gonna be on 90 Day Fiancé. I'm gonna bring you here. I'm gonna treat you real good. Your mullet is welcome in this country, USA, USA. In Pflugerville, Texas, police arrested a man named Brian Chamberlain for stealing a foot massager from Target. The 22-year-old placed his girlfriend's future foot massager. He was buying it for his girlfriend. Well, I guess he wasn't buying it for his girlfriend. I guess he was stealing it for her. But, you know, to me, that's equally romantic. Either way, I end up with a man who's thoughtful and a foot massager. 3 security guards tried to detain Brian before he threw a candle at them, which means he not only bought her a foot massager, he bought her a candle too. That's so romantic. Do you think it's like super taboo still to write people in prison, or is that okay now? Are we all over ourselves enough that if I wrote to this guy, it wouldn't be the end of the world? He did end up fleeing in his car. Police were able to track him down to his home and arrested him. Sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit. He risked it big time. Ugh, my gosh. Human trash bag. Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan, speaking of the royal family, he's had a real kink in his neck, shall we say, about Meghan Markle. I guess Meghan Markle met Harry at one of his dinners or something like that, and then she went on a date with Harry the next night, and then apparently she never called Piers Morgan ever again. She ghosted him. So he has been attacking this poor woman for years on the Good Morning Britain show. His co-host, Alex Bresford, that's what I'm going with. Alex says, Piers, listen, I understand that you have some sort of relationship with her and that it went sour and she didn't call you back, but you do realize that she doesn't have to call you back. And Piers Morgan lost it. He stood up and he's like, no, mate, you can trash me, but you're not gonna trash me on my own show. And he stormed off the set during live television. Oh my gosh. This is just such crybaby behavior. He spent like the last 3 or 4 years tormenting this poor woman, and he couldn't handle 20 seconds of criticism. And for this reason, we're naming Piers Morgan the Nightcap with Nightcat's first ever Butthole of the Week! Butthole of the Week! Piers Morgan, you're a butthole, and we don't like you very much at all, you big crybaby. I hope you can cry into a river. I hate this guy, I really do. He looks like a Colin Firth balloon that someone blew up, deflated, and then filled with like gas station nacho cheese. He's vile, and the things that come out of his mouth about other people. Oh! Anyway, so after all this happens, apparently he went backstage, had a meeting with the producers, and they all decided it would be best if he didn't continue hosting the show. So he is peace out. The winter situation in Texas has gotten really, really bad. 4.3 million homes went without water and power, some of them still struggling with power insecurity. It has been really bad. In fact, 58 people have died since those winter storms hit Texas. Now, let's enter the conspiracy wackos here, okay? Because if there's anything on the internet, you can make a conspiracy about it. People have been taking to TikTok to talk about how they think the deep state planned this winter and that all of the snow is fake. One TikToker even said, "Thank you, Bill Gates, for trying to effing trick us into thinking that this is real snow." So what's their evidence as to how this is fake snow? One TikToker took a handful of snow, held a lighter to it, and she's like, "Look, it don't melt. No dripping or nothing. It don't melt. Snow melts." Okay. Now, I can see how that's almost a convincing argument if you're stupid. Like, if you're stupid, I can see why that would be so eye-opening. But let me show you something. This is very real snow, okay? I went outside, I collected it myself today. I am from Utah. We are world famous for our snow. All of our license plates say greatest snow on earth. This doesn't get more real than this. I harvested it myself. Now, I also went and grabbed myself a lighter. I'm gonna light it too. Look at this. I don't even mind holding it over my fancy new microphone because she's right. It won't drip. And you know why it won't drip? It won't drip because the snow around it absorbs the water as it melts. If you held this over an extended flame for a long time, it would all eventually melt. But all you've done is create a slush ball. See how science works? Isn't it insane how we can just prove that you're wrong that quickly? These people. Now, watching Texans trying to figure out snow for the first time is excellent proof that you can make a conspiracy out of anything. Because if you don't understand how anything works, you just make stuff up. "Oh, I've never seen snow before. It must be Bill Gates." Watch, I'll do it. How about this? Britney Spears is an alien. She came down here as a fully formed pop star with a weak Louisiana background, and we're just supposed to believe she didn't hatch from an egg? She's perfect. She might actually be too good to be human, if you want my honest opinion on the entire situation. And the reason her judge won't release the conservatorship is because her dad says, "Hey, I know she's an alien, but she is really good for the world. I'll keep her in check if you just let me have her. Don't send her to Area 51, because they wanted to send her to Area 51 when they found out she was an alien. And that's why she has the conservatorship that she can't get out of, because if she were to have her own power and her own rights, she'd be too powerful of an alien. We'd have to call in Will Smith. Do you see how that sounds? Oh, also, her dad is Bill Gates. Do you see how that sounds? That's how conspiracies happen. So next time something seems a little bit wrong, next time someone tries to convince you that Bill Gates is snowing on your house, just remember to do a little bit of Googling before you go sharing anything. Oh, so fun. I love the LITTERBOX. That's the best kind of news. The real news sucks. I just love giving you the stupid news. But also, who has time to read all the stupid news? That's why I dig through it and I only bring you the best stuff on Nightcap with Nightcat. This is episode 20. If you're just joining us on the live stream, well, we're recapping our first 19 episodes. I'm playing our best clips from the show so far because we've got so many new people. If you're new people, hi new people, I'm so happy. Hop into the live chat. I love seeing what you have to say about the show. All right, coming up next, we are going to do what I think is the best sunken treasure we've done so far. And not because it's so, like, the funniest or it's my favorite toy or something. It's the best because it gave us our unofficial slogan, kitsch-minded. This is an early one. This is from episode 3 of Nightcap with Nightcat. It is Gay Ken. His name is Earring Magic Ken, but we all know that he's super gay. And this is kind of the origin story of why we call this show the Kitsch-Minded Show. Why Nightcap Media, the parent company that I'm creating, is called Kitsch-Minded Entertainment. If you don't know what kitsch is, or what it means if something is kitschy, kitsch basically means it's so absurd, it's so outlandish, that it's funny. Like, or like if you see a really ugly lamp or something, it's so ugly that it starts to become cute again. That's kitsch. And baby, do I love kitsch. Everything in this house, everything about me is so kitschy. So when I heard the term kitsch-minded, I knew that that is what the slogan was gonna be. Here is where I heard that term. This is my favorite sunken treasure, Earring Magic Ken from episode 3 of Nightcap with Nightcat. I hope you enjoy. I'd like to introduce you to Earring Magic Ken. A little backstory on Earring Magic Ken. Mattel number 2290, released in 1993. He was the only male of the 4 Earring Magic dolls that they made. Here are the other ones right here. So we've got Mitch, who, she's got a very interesting story of her own that hopefully we'll be able to talk about one day on Sunken Treasure. Then we've got Barbie, and then literally just brunette Barbie. That was it. That was her name. She didn't have a special name. She was just Barbie, but you know, with brown hair. Do it again, but with brown hair. Barbie has always been like a huge phenomenon since she came out in like the 50s. It's like the #1 toy in the world. Everyone loves Barbie. But Ken never actually sold as well as Barbie did. So in the early 90s, Barbie was looking to sort of spice things up, and they asked girls, should Ken stay Barbie's boyfriend, or should we introduce a new character to be Barbie's boyfriend? Now, these 5-year-old girls all kind of got together and they were like, look, we like Ken. We want Ken to stick around. We know him. We want to keep him here. But he has to look cooler. And this was Mattel's response. He has a fishnetty, see-through sort of thing going on underneath his violet/purple vest. He comes with jewelry, an earring in his left ear, not the gay ear. You remember the gay ear? How silly was that? He doesn't have it in the gay ear. He's got his little necklace and blonde highlights. Now, they were very specific about saying blonde highlights. It wasn't just blonde hair, blonde highlights. So we're gonna open this up also. One of my favorite things about collecting toys. I actually really like when there are price tag stickers on stuff because it kind of tells you a little bit more about the toy. I like knowing what it was up to before this. And this is probably obviously bought as a collector's edition. Crack him open here. I'm always so afraid I'm gonna rip open a box. Ooh. These are clip-on earrings for you that say Barbie and Ken, which I think is very nice. So actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and put these on here. Oh, dang. Oh, who dat? Oh, she looks good. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, this just... I know it fits. It was just on there a second ago. Aha! Ha ha! All right. Now, the whole idea behind these clip-ons is that you clip them on to his necklace here. So he'll either say Barbie or Ken with that necklace. Now, here's why Earring Magic Ken got so popular. He's obviously gay. I mean, like, so clearly gay. I don't know that that was Mattel's intention, but that's kind of what Earring Magic Ken became known as. If you know the columnist Dan Savage, he used to write for an independent paper up in Seattle. Very famous gay. He actually wrote about this Ken because everyone seems to think that his necklace resembles a certain adult toy all by itself. An adult ring, we're gonna say. A chicken ring. There we go. That's how we can say it on a family show. It was a chicken. People thought that that was a chicken ring right around his neck. I mean, all that on top of the purple, the shiny, the highlights. And are those like nice loafers? You better believe it. The raw videos always end up being like 10 million years long because I have to slowly and carefully open each of these. Okay, Ken, come here. Oh, you're gorgeous. Give him to me. Give him to me. Earring Magic Cat. After Dan Savage wrote that piece, gays flocked to the store. And my favorite part about that is the Wikipedia article calls them kitsch-minded gays. And from now on, y'all can just refer to me as a kitsch-minded gay. I'm very kitsch-minded. He's so beautiful. My friend Liz got him for me for Christmas, so Elizabeth, thank you. Gotta put his loafers on. Oh no! Gotta go find that. Jesus, Ken. Oh, these are like specially designed for your feet. Why do they not go on? There we go. Now he's got his loafers. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and Velcro that up, you little monster. We're styling. I feel really good. Ken, what do you want to do? Well, you don't need a mask, though. You don't even have lungs. After Dan Savage posted that article, after he published it, like that was the time. After he published that article about Ken looking very, very gay, Mattel pulled him off of store shelves and discontinued him, so he's pretty hard to find nowadays. He became one of the more collectible Barbie dolls, if you can find one in really good shape. Part of the reason I opened him up is because this window is very yellow, and he can be pretty hard to see, so I'm gonna clean that plastic so it's less yellow. Hey girl, what's up? I'm not like the other Kens. I want to take care of you emotionally. That was from me to you. And that is Sunken Treasure. What an actual treasure. I love it. We're going to be doing a lot more of these banned/controversial toys because I have a whole collection of them in a different part of the house. Sunken Treasure. That's the origin story of Kitsch-minded. And if you're just joining us, this is our 20th episode. We're going through the best clips from the first 19 episodes. I'm picking out some of my favorite stuff from every one of our bits that we do. That was Sunken Treasure, the toy review/unboxing. Now, before we continue, here's the thing. I'm only able to make all of this great content thanks to my friends at Patreon. Patreon.com/NightCatShow. Patreon is an awesome service where you can support your favorite artists. If you like the stuff that you're seeing here tonight, I feel like this is a PBS pledge drive, right? You know, I hate asking you for money. I know you hate these pledge drives. I hate doing these pledge drives. But seriously though, like this is the #1 way that you can help the Nightcat brand grow, the Nightcat line of shows. We've already done so much. In addition to this show, we do a morning stream called Morning Announcements. We also have a podcast where I take the audio from this show, the morning stream, I put it up on the Nightcat Radio podcast, and then every Friday I drop a true crime episode over on Nightcat Radio called Curiosity Killed Nightcat, which is very, very good. You should go check it out if you haven't. Nightcat Radio on your favorite podcast directory. But that has been a huge undertaking, and this is how I'm doing it. My friends at Patreon are taking great care of me. Become one of the Clouder. That's a group of house cats, by the way. I call everyone collectively. Individually, you're all night kittens, but collectively, you're the Clouder. You're my Clouder, which is a group of house cats. Like a herd of cows or a gaggle of geese. It's a Clouder of house cats. You're my Clouder. Join the Patreon Clouder today. Patreon.com/NightCatShow. Some cool stuff about Patreon. You get those Curiosity Killed Nightcat episodes a week early. So they have episode 7 already. They're gonna get episode 8 this Friday. And you also get huge discounts on our true crime walking tours. They're back, baby! Another huge announcement. So another thing I'm doing for money since I'm unemployed and I'm a freelance YouTuber. I'm doing these true crime walking tours of downtown. I take you past 5 really crazy, interesting true crime locations. Now, I was, during the test shows, meeting up with everyone at a bar, but that meant that no one under 21 could come, even though a lot of you asked if your teenagers could come. Well, they can now. I'm opening it up. I would say no one under 14 should probably come. But listen, you know your kids better than me. If you think your kids can handle some murder, bring them along. It's nothing you won't hear on the evening news. Let's put it that way. It's not gory and horrible, but it is murder. If you think your kid wants that, they can come now. All of the information is available on our new website, nightcatshow.com. Go get your tickets now. nightcatshow.com. Those tickets are $10 off for Patreon patrons. So if you want to go hop in there, the code is over there. Patreon.com/nightcatshow. I'm looking over in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of our patrons and a lot of our regular morning stream viewers. Hello to Zizor. Hi, Katie. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca, I haven't seen you for so long. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you again, dear. Lindy, isn't Gay Ken just the best? I love the Gay Ken. He was probably, that's why I picked him for Sunken Treasure today. He's my favorite Sunken Treasure. Zizor, I'm gonna get you a link. Don't worry. I'm gonna send a link out to Patreon tonight for that discount, because I don't know why the discount code's not working. I'll figure that out later. Let's see here. Let's see. Katie's here too. Hi, Katie. Good to see you, Katie. I love when you hop into the live chat. If you're watching, hop over there. And I think it's time for us to get into our next segment, which is my personal favorite segment. It's called Nightcat Classic Tales. Now, like I said when we started this video, I have made a living out of talking, because that's all I'm good at. I'm really good at talking and pretty much nothing else. So Nightcat Classic Tales is when I tell you some of the crazy stories from my past, and I love sharing them with you. They always end up being hilarious. I decided to pick 2 Nightcat Classic Tales for our episode 20 recap show. The first one is one that everyone asks me about or shouts at me or sings about. It's the poop dollar. So you're going to hear about the time that I picked up a dollar full of poop. So there's that. And then I'm also going to tell you the second story, which is one that I tell all the time. These are like my 2 most told stories. The second one is the worst date I ever went on. All right. With no further ado, here is the 2 best of Nightcat Classic Tales for you on this beautiful episode 20. Pinky up. So this one happened probably 10 years or so ago, but that doesn't numb the sting. It still always sucks to think about. I was having a little bit of a rough day, and I'm walking down Salt Lake City, and I see $1 on the ground. And I was like, yes, this is it, man. Finally, my day is turning around. So I waddle on up to that $1, and I pick it up, and there's just nothing quite like finding money, free money on the street. So I was thrilled. And when I pick it up, it's a little bit heavier than I thought, and I was like, there might be more than $1 here. So I open it up, and before I even really have time to process what's happening to me, some teenage boys from the rooftop next to me start screaming, "Poop dollar! Poop dollar! Poop dollar!" Somebody had smeared what I'm assuming is human feces into that $1 for me to find. That was really the start of my trust. Actually, no, my trust issues go way farther back than that. But it certainly didn't help matters very much. I had to go get cozy for this. This is a Nightcat Classic tale that I have told so many times. You may even have heard it before. But it's such an iconic Nightcat Classic tale, I couldn't live with myself if it wasn't one of the first ones I told on this show. This is the story of the worst date I've ever been on. This is probably about 6-7 years ago. It doesn't really matter. I meet this guy on Tinder. He reaches out and says, "Do you want to go to a concert? It's classical music." And I go, "No, I'm not interested in a chamber orchestra." Only I said yes, and I was like, "Well, what do I have to wear?" And he goes, "I'm just wearing a button-up and jeans, don't worry about it." I go, "Okay." He goes, "Awesome. I know someone that can get us in. You don't have any plans for dinner, right?" I go, "No." And he goes, "Awesome. Why don't you just come to my house? The concert's at 7:30. Just come to my house at 6, and we'll head up there and we'll go to the concert." I go, "All right, fine." And I get dressed, go to his house, pull into the parking lot. He's sitting in the parking lot, and he says, "You haven't eaten dinner yet, have you?" And I go, "No." And he goes, "Oh, okay, here, I made you a sandwich." And he handed me a sandwich on a paper plate wrapped in tinfoil. He says, "It might taste a little funny because the ciabatta bread is old." Now, to every other normal English-speaking person, when you say, "You don't have dinner plans, do you?" and then you plan a date for an hour and a half before the event, that means you're gonna go out and get dinner. But nope, I got a tinfoil wrapped sandwich on a paper plate with old bread. We're heading up to the concert, and he's like frantically looking for parking. He's looking all over the place. He can't find any parking anywhere. And he said, and I go, why are you, I thought the concert didn't start till 7:30. And he goes, it doesn't. I go, well then why are you trying so hard to find a parking space? He's like, well, we have to be there early. We're ushering. Oh yeah, he knows someone who can get us in is code for we're going to usher and allow everyone else in. And then he says to me, I guess we could have paid for tickets, but who has $15? We're ushering, now I have to work, I'm starving, and I have to work for my ticket to a concert I don't want to be at. I'm there, I'm ushering, I'm trying to have a good attitude about it. And remember, he told me specifically to wear a button-up and jeans. I asked him and he said a button-up and jeans. About halfway through our usher shift, the mean little gay who's in charge of all the ushers, the least amount of power anyone has ever had, he's in charge of the ushers at this tiny music venue. He walks up to me and this guy and he says, you know what, actually, I'm gonna have you two take your seats because I found a couple people who are a little more dressed for the part. Oh yeah. He looked me up and down and he said he found a couple people who are a little more dressed for ushering. He drives me to his apartment so I can get to my car and he's encouraging me to come upstairs. And I tell him, no, thank you. I'm tired. Because I don't want to go up to your crappy apartment and watch some crappy movie, probably on DVD, because who has $10 for Netflix? Oh, I still have nightmares about that date. Really, really bad. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is the 20th episode of Nightcap with Nightcat. We're doing a best of clip show live, showing you the best stuff that we've made so far on Nightcat. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being in the chat. It's time to wrap it up. I know, it goes by so quickly, doesn't it? This is Warm Milk. This is the part of the show where I share with you some good stories, some either good news stories or something silly or funny to help you get to sleep. Because it's been, you know, a terrible year and a half if we're being real, it's been a terrible adulthood, you know? So here is some warm milk for you. This is one of my all-time favorites. This is a video I got when I was working at the radio. I was doing an on the street bit. It's called Jackson on the Street, and I was just running around with a microphone asking people, what's so great about life? And I shove it in their face. And I got the best response with this guy. Here it is, Warm Milk. Warm milk, a warm and fuzzy to help you get to sleep tonight. This happened probably like 2 years or so ago. I was out on downtown Salt Lake City doing a bit called Jackson on the Street. So I was running all around town asking people, what's so great about life? And then I jam a microphone in their face. And it was very startling for a lot of people. Most of them put some really generic answers. They're like, I love my dog. My daughter's the reason I wake up every day. Oh, I love a beautiful sunset, blah, blah, blah. And then there was this guy. This is the most interesting man I have ever interviewed. Please enjoy. You tell me, what's so great about life?
Hey, man, everything's great about life, man. Hey, good things about life is puppies, you got soda pop, you got females, you got the Dallas Cowboys. Can't go wrong.
I love, that's a solid list. You had that ready to go.
Hell yeah, all day. You know what I'm saying? I stay on it. Never sleeping, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out Salt Lake. Shout out my mama. Hey, shout out Eastside King Crip, my hood.
Shout out medical marijuana.
All right. Hey. All right.
Another thing to be thankful for.
Hell yeah. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate what y'all doing out here. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay safe and y'all do y'all thing.
Yeah. You have a great day, man. You were the most positive person I've met all day.
I just got out of jail this morning.
Oh, congratulations. Welcome back to society.
Thank you, man.
We're excited to have you.
Hell yeah. Appreciate that.
See ya.
All right.
That is Warm Milk, and that is Nightcap with Nightcat, episode 20. I can't wait to bring you so many more episodes of Nightcap with Nightcat. Please, if you love this show, please, please, please share it with your friends. Share your favorite episode. Share your favorite clip. Share this episode. This is a great episode for beginners because it has just the best stuff from the stuff so far. Listen, we got to get our numbers up. I hate begging for numbers. I hate it. I wish I could just make content and like that's fine and that's all I do and it's fun. But at the end of the day, numbers, business, the business side of things that I hate so much. Reality is we can't keep this show going if we don't get the numbers up a little bit. So share it with your friends. Tell everyone to watch Nightcap with Nightcat and the other Nightcat shows. Find everything at nightcatshow.com. It's a really great website. Go check it out. I'm adding a lot to it. There's more to come, I promise. Nightcatshow.com for all of the stuff about Nightcat. Thank you for being here. I will see you later. Bye. Bye. Oh, wait, hold on. No, don't go anywhere. I forgot. We're doing one more thing. Oh, I'm the worst. So, something we do on the morning stream, it's called 3 Minutes of Fish. It's how we wrap up every day. Morning announcements. I do live at 7 a.m. here on the channel. We wrap it up every day with 3 minutes of fish. We just watch fish swim around, and we play cool music, and we chill. I'm going to change the music soon, so I thought it would be fun to play it for you on Nightcap with Nightcat. Here is your 3 minutes of fish. Now for real, goodbye from me. Here's your fish.